guys, Dumelang. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bitumelo Gumete and I am, what did I want to say? I am your host, I guess. I'm not sure. I think my glasses give reflection. Let me just put them away and get to this video. Now I feel weird. Anyway, so on today's video, I just want to share tips on how to start a clothing business or just business in general, because the things that I'm going to share are actually just general things to think of before you start a business. Okay, so first things first, I am going to spread this out in a few not chapters but videos. Yes, because obviously I cannot cover everything in one video because it has like different sides to it. So today I'm going to share specifically on things to keep in mind before you start. Okay, so point number one, you need to know why. And I hate this. I hate when people say, oh, you need to know your why and blah 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 blah, but it's true. You need to know why. And honestly, your why does not have to be deep or super spiritual or whatever. It could just be because I want to. That's reason enough. That's reason to keep you going, that I wanted this, now I'm going to get it, And then point number two is, who do you want to give this product or service to? So I think it always helps to have a specific person in mind. So you have a group of people in mind, but also like a specific person in mind, like the type of person that you think would buy it. So when I started Zia, I had like an Instagram mom that wants their child to look good, but also like like stylish, but also not too expensive. Like I wasn't trying to establish Louis Vuitton, but I was trying to establish a business where young moms are getting their kids dressed in clothing items that actually don't need a lot of stuff on them. Just by wearing that, you look good. So that's what I had in mind. Okay, so you must also have like someone in mind, like, okay, like who do I have in mind that's going to get this product or service? Alrighty. And then point number three, you need to know, where am I going to outsource this things that make this product or the product itself. For example, in my case, when starting a clothing line, you need to think, who is going to make the clothes for you? Are you going to do fast fashion or slow fashion? Most people that go fast fashion route actually import their stuff from China because it's already made and it comes in bulks and you just sell. I've seen a lot of Instagram boutiques that do that. I personally do not believe in that because of a few things that I value. Like I value children, and I, through research and news, like it's commonly known that there's child labor in China, and I did not want to participate in that. So I wanted my stuff to be made in South Africa. I do have dreams for my stuff to be made in Botswana, Swaziland, and Lesotho. I know that they make very nice things as well. So I do have dreams to also like get my products from there. Okay, and then that was the third thing. The fourth thing that you have to keep in mind is, how much do I need for me to kickstart this? Sometimes you don't even know how much you will need, but you need to know that you need some sort of money to make it happen. Literally anything that you start needs money. It can be starting a YouTube channel. You need a phone or you need a ring light or whatever. That costs money. Starting a bakery, you need money to make the food. Like everything that you are starting, it will require you to have a level of financial accessibility. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind. And then I'm trying to follow through in my head, and if you know me, my head is like this, so nothing makes sense. And then the fourth point was you need to have, okay, the fifth point is um, how do I bring this to people? So that is your marketing and not necessarily branding, because branding is a different conversation. And I'm going to cover branding because I know like not a lot of people, like a few people think that I've done well for my brand. And I'm going to share tips on how I was able to create this brand. uh, it's green here because I marked it for Azzy when we were doing shoots because this is his and I didn't want it to be mixed with other things. But this is my brand. I sell kids clothes, and I know that like a few people were saying that like I was able to start on a bang, and how did I do that? Okay, so how are you going to bring your product or service to people? We live in a world of social media, so you have to make sure that whatever you put out there is visually um, pleasing or appeasing, you know. Like you don't need to have a like proper phone or like iPhone 13X Pro Max, whatever, to make it happen. No, with just your phone and Lightroom, which is an editing app, that's enough. You know, you take in good lighting, 11 o'clock during the day, that's when like you have your best light. You also have your best light like towards the end of the day, depending on the aesthetic that you want to give. So how are you going to bring that across to people? And then the last thing is what not actually the second last thing is what am I going to do different to what people in my industry are doing? You know, like what difference am I bringing? And as I said with the why, it really does not have to be a huge difference. Like for me, I actually had and I have competitive advantage. A lot of people that run the boutiques of my kind, white woman, and I came as a black woman. That in itself is my competitive advantage because not a lot of black women are doing this type of clothing, you know. So you must also check your competitive advantage, like what makes me like inherently stand out and how can I capitalize on that. And you also need to think by yourself, like what difference, like what different angle are you bringing into this. Basically that's all you have to think of. This is me just like sitting down thinking, okay, I want to start a clothing brand or I want to start a business. These are things that you have to think about, things that you have to write down, things that you have to do your research on. Guys, you cannot run a successful business if Google is not your friend. Google has to be a friend, social media has to be your friend. You can't be like try and run a successful business in 2022 and think, oh no, I don't like using Instagram, or I don't like, girl, boy, that is where the market is. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. Find a space where you will say, hey guys, this is what I'm bringing to the table. Please support me. You know, so yes, now I'm just doing things that you have to keep in mind, and then next time I'm going to talk about branding, and then the other time I'll talk about funding, and then, you know, let me know which parts you want me to cover, and then I will do separate videos where I cover them. I hope this was helpful, and I hope it's giving you like, you know, direction on how to think about this whole thing. And I wish you all the best. Do send me DMs if you have any questions whatsoever. I'm always willing to help. May you have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you all. Bye.